Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Nicole Hawkins and Andwile Hawkins. The two of you have been together for 3 years, married for 2. You have 3 children together. You are suing Mr. Hawkins for the value of a wedding ring, and we will talk about that momentarily. But before we do, Mrs. Hawkins, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your marriage and why we're here in divorce court today?
I met Mr. Andwile Hawkins. I met him. He was my store manager. I was under him. I thought he was fine, so I hit him with a message of, give me one night with you. And
That's a strong opening text.
Especially at the workplace. God damn. All right.
just said, give me one night with you. And at the time, he was like, all right. So
That wasn't very enthusiastic.
so we kicked it off for a little while. At that time, I was married. He was with someone as well.
Involved.
Yes, and so the first time we ever creeped, I had got pregnant instantly, and so we then had to figure out.
Ask you a question. You're married and you creeping. Why no birth control?
I was married with a woman. I was married to a woman, so.
Again, he's not a woman. You're married, you're creeping, why no birth control? Lord have mercy. Mr. Hawkins, is that an accurate reflection of the way the two of you got together?
Somewhat, ma'am.
Yeah, you have a different slant on that story at
Just
all?
a little bit. All right.
Please.
So I was the store manager, I was the store manager of the store, and Nicole was one of my attractive associates. I agree. And like she said, out of the blue, one day I got the text, and it was to say, just give me one night, and I said, oh, really? And I said, okay. And it did get to that place where we did get intimate. It wasn't instantly, as she says. I don't think we created a child that same night, but we were talking, and
You creeping and
right. There was
getting together here and there.
Absolutely. So yeah,
And then eventually, well, let me ask you. You knew you were creeping.
Yeah.
Why didn't you do something about the birth control situation?
Well,
I mean, everybody knows how that works now, right?
Absolutely, you're correct. When she was speaking with me and telling me that she was with a woman, and previously I haven't been pregnant in years, and this, that, and the third.
Because she's with women.
But no, not because she was with women, but just was making it seem like everything inside of here is asleep and it ain't working no more. That's what she was just presuming it to me. So I mean.
Bro, you too old for that. You too fucking old for that. You can't be 37 years old talking about how ovaries and shit still fucking sleep. Come on, bro.
Everything's asleep.
Nothing's been awoken in a
Well,
while
I
from
didn't think I could
previous
get-
situations.
Why didn't you
I
think you
didn't
could get
I
pregnant?
get pregnant so soon, being that I wasn't with a man for a long time.
Look, I don't believe
so
I don't believe
I
that
wasn't
either.
thinking of birth control.
I don't believe that either. Because she wasn't stopping me. I wasn't getting stopped, so it's...
You okay?
I don't know. Oh! Oh! Okay. I've recovered.
Good.
So then what happened when you found out you were pregnant? What happened then?
When I found out I was pregnant, I sent him a text like, hey, I missed my period, the normal. And he was like, whoa. And I was like, is that a good thing? And he was like, we'll figure it out. Then I told him, I'm not finna be no side chick.
But you signed up for side chick status.
I left my wife to be with this man. I wanted a family. I couldn't have that family with my ex-wife.
Right.
So when I did get pregnant, I was excited. I wasn't thinking of being no side chick or thinking of my ex-wife at the time either. I was just happy I was pregnant. So
Let me ask you this. You were still with somebody else when she got pregnant?
That's correct.
Tell me what happened about the ex and the phone calls.
Early beginning with Nicole and I, from even the first child being instantly born, everything was cool. Great connection, great affection, great time together. Nicole and I had a great partnership, okay? And don't know if it was complacency or, hey, I got a great man, I can just fall back from doing all that stuff I've been doing or was consistently doing. And it got to a point where anything of my needs, or I come home and express things to her, or frustrations of work, frustrations with life, frustrations with anything, I'll just quit. Or I'll just snap on them. I'll just tell them this, that, and the third. And it just was almost like, this is your answer to something?
Well, give me an example of a this, that, and the third
Well,
conversation.
this, that, and the third is I could say, man, I'm real frustrated with this situation at work. This keeps happening.
Right.
Man, I don't know what I need to do. I don't know. Baby, this is frustrating me. And I help you find another job.
But that's...
And it's almost just like, find
He
another
don't-
job? I said, it's almost just like, that's not securing me. Like, I'm just like, listen to me.
Right,
And
right.
then give me an answer.
Give me some
of encouragement.
yeah.
Exactly, where I just
a
get back up
sounding
and say,
board.
let's go.
Now, Ms. Hawkins, what is your take on that?
He doesn't get that. Not everyone handles it his way. Like you
Nobody
tell
likes
me,
to hear support?
You tell me that you're frustrated with a job. Instantly, what's gonna make you feel better? Let's go get a new job. Or
What?
You don't think things through very well. When certain things are frustrating, so you talk about the frustration. You don't just say, oh, to forget it, get a new job. You with me on
Or
that, Mrs.
identify
Hawkins?
the issue itself
I
or
am.
whatever's going on.
What is your problem with the ex? You had a problem. Some deep stuff was going on with the ex. I want to hear about that. She had his number. He was calling her. Apparently, in order to get the sounding board, he wasn't getting from you. Did I get that right, Mr. Hawkins?
That's correct.
Okay.
and Dwele and I had a open communication, especially when it came down to his phone.
Right.
And this one time we lay in bed, I'm like, hey, let me see your phone.
Ain't no one time this woman says, let me use your phone for this, that. Hey, my phone's dead. Hey, my phone is
So
too
I'm
far
like,
away to reach. Let me see your phone. This phone, let me see it.
I'm like, let me use your
It has to
phone.
be phone. She
He-
does an audit once a month, once a week.
She does audits.
It's audits, absolutely. It can say, let me check a website. And then 2 minutes later, I look over. It's on pictures. It's on what website
Okay.
you're looking
Your
at.
DMs, everything.
My text messages, my boss sent me. I said, what do you need to see those for?
Okay, so he was like, what do you need my phone for? At that time, I'm doing schoolwork. My phone had just died. I need to use
See it
Google.
died.
You
I
called
needed
it.
to use Google. He didn't give me the phone.
Right.
But later on, he left his watch. And
Well, no, later on. I took kids to school that day. A whole bus load of them, took them to school. I get the phone call. Hey, what's going on? And I said, what you talking about?
He left his
what's
watch.
going on? I said,
He left his watch, and I found inappropriate pictures of his ex and him talking down on me to his ex.
What kind of inappropriate pictures?
I have some right here.
Oh.
If you want to see it.
I'd love to see that. Mr. Hawkins, you've been indicted.
You can see it in the JC
Do you have a
catalog.
response?
It wasn't inappropriate. You can see it in the JC Penney catalog.
Oh, she got the picture of the watch and everything. Screenshot. Can you talk? I just woke up. She left me with the kids. Shaking my head. Whoa, long message. You did her.
I really honestly felt like there was no need to try to creep with an ex that I was willing to have a threesome with. Because at the end of the day,
Well, that's a wrinkle in the story.
there was no need to try to creep. I was willing to do it.
Fellas, listen. I would encourage you not to indulge in that life, but in the event that you do, just be honest about it, bro. Just be real with it. You don't know. She might be down with it once or twice a month, week, year, day, night.
But now
Nicole
Did you
know
tell
what-
him you were willing to do it?
Nicole ain't willing to
He
do that.
knew it.
Nicole is the
He
most
knew it.
selfish,
Me and her was sending
selfish person
inappropriate
ever.
text messages
Selfish
to
person
each
that
other.
I can't even go. We went to a strip club together one time, and we went together. And the lady was gonna give me a dance. My wife came over talking about, I can do that for you. Don't give her no money. She is. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is what this lady does. This is her service.
I give her $20
And she comes over
once.
here, and she comes over here and interrupts the dance. This woman does not allow anything. She's selfish. Now for her, it's cake and eat it too, ice cream, toppings, you name it.
Sprinkles, everything.
You name it. The little feather dust, she got it. Anything, that's hers. She gets it.
Well, did she
Anything wants.
discuss having a threesome with you and your ex?
Yes,
She discussed it at
I
times.
did.
Said, "Nah, I'm good." Because at the time, it was like the energy with
I'm
that
good,
ex
let
at
me
the time,
creep.
I said,
I'm
no.
was
good,
not
let me-
cool.
Yeah, it was not cool. But once again, that was something she wanted to do, and it was like,
Because she
let's
likes
roll.
women too.
And she likes
But he didn't want to do it right away. He wanted to wait till I wasn't into her anymore and let me try it on my own. Like that's what he was on.
Let him try. He wanted to sleep with her on his own without you.
Absolutely.
No, that's what you're assuming. Absolutely.
So these were inappropriate.
I
You
do-
were
yeah, I
creeping
can be
behind her
accountable for that.
back with the woman that you were creeping with. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get my creep together. You were with a woman. You were creeping with that woman. You got this woman, and you went back to a reverse creep with the first woman that you were with when you started creeping with her. Did I get that right?
If you have it in writing, I could probably validate that. But I think that is somewhat
This is
correct.
somewhat correct.
Yeah.
I'm in the ball,
Wow.
at
If
least.
you're on the block.
You say that she always does what she wants, but if you want to do something you want, there's a problem. Give me a story that will explain
Well,
that.
if we're on the topic of exes, there's an ex, two of them she can speak to and have on her phone and have social media connectivity with at all times.
He's following his ex on social media.
I've never
as well.
followed. Oh, that's a correction because you control and know
This
my
was the
passwords on
moment-
my social media, so I'm not following any ex.
I made your social media.
Exactly. So how would you know I'm following an ex? Right.
You made his social media?
Right.
Yeah.
That's the
Was
control.
that a means by which to
No, that's
control him?
control. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was. You got that? Yeah, it was. Smile on your
so
face.
I don't know who's in her social media. So there's exes from 2000s, mid 2000s, all on the phone she communicates with on a daily basis.
Talking about control, my understanding, Mr. Hawkins, is that you give her your entire check and you afraid to ask for any of it back to get what you want.
Let's get that.
Bro, is that a thing? I done heard niggas say that, but is that real? Y'all giving y'all wife y'all whole check? The whole check, bro? You mean I gotta wake up at 7 every morning or 6 or whenever, and then I gotta give you all my money? Damn.
Let's change the word afraid. Let's reverse that word. Let's just say, in a sense, with money, I let her handle things financially because the way Nicole works, if a brother like me spends $10, where did the $10 go? Where was you going with $10? So it's like, yo, okay, is to create peace in the home, because I've always managed my own money and always had a good job of doing it.
Right.
But to control peace in the home, hey, you want to handle those bills? You want to do this? Because I know how they work. I know when they come in. I know the whole process. So if something's missing, I know how to chime in and say, hey, did this get taken care of? What's happening? So I let her handle the money. Okay.
Ms. Hawkins, you need to defend yourself a bit here. Are you got the brother on a short leash?
Short, and then I don't get enough loving. She keeps the babies in the bed. I don't get enough loving. It's like, that's frustrating to me, Judge. You got a chair up there I can sit down at? I don't get enough loving at the home. She got the babies in the bed. And then she complains when I want it. You want it all the time. I was like, just once a week or twice. It's like, I don't think that's too much to ask for.
Ms. Hawkins, now I'm gonna give you opportunities. He says you're holding the money, you're controlling his phone, you're controlling everything, and he still don't get no loving. What do you have to say about all
He
those
don't get
things?
no loving because, one, like I said, when he tried to step out on me with his ex, like,
But that was
it
one
got to the
incident.
point.
What about before that?
It got to the point where I had to drink to give him some, or you know, I had to mentally get there. I used to use a vibrator all the time with him, and he used to always complain about that. And then I'll be like, well, I was with a woman for a long time, so I got to, you know, get in the habit
She's
of,
sensitive.
you know, getting that again. And so it's like when I stopped using it, it was just like, why you're not using it anymore?
That's just always doing.
Because you was complaining of me using it. But, you know, my mind wasn't mentally there to give him
Always,
sex.
her mind's
It
mentally
wasn't.
always in other places. It's in social media. It's in attention. It's talking gossip. Her mind's always in a million places. I've never seen this woman sit down and just relax and have a complete thought. She's got to be always doing something.
Ms. Hawkins, take a minute. Open your mind wide like a prairie. Do you see that you are not fulfilling his very basic needs to have a woman that is present for him in the relationship?
He created a lot of insecurities with me, like when he stepped out with his ex.
Well, tell me about the stepping out. What happened? Because you seem upset about it, I can tell. What happened?
Just seeing those messages in his phone.
These messages, the ones I saw?
And there was more, but that was all I could screenshot. But just seeing the messages in his phone, was like, why are you talking about me to her? Telling her you're willing to leave me to be with her, as if your situation is going to get any better, being that it was vice versa. Like I was doing the same thing.
You went out with a guy. You went out with a guy, the same ex I was talking about. It's almost just like, so don't make it.
Did you go out with a guy?
I did.
You was out with some cat. That led up to, like I said, it's not okay, but that led up to me saying, this woman don't give a damn about me.
Right.
And I'm tired of working, I'm tired of helping, I'm tired of being a good man with this woman, and she just takes it as like, oh, you supposed to do that, and this, that, and the third.
I see.
You goddamn right, man. We goddamn tired. We out here working, getting to it. We got work 9 to 5. We come home, we still working. On the way to work, we still working, bro. God damn it, we tired of being goddamn tired. When I come home down here, fuck it. But god damn it, we tired.
Exactly where you coming from. As this marriage ends, Mrs. Hawkins, you want $200 for the value of the wedding ring he threw out the window during an argument. Tell me what happened.
Yes. Actually, there's 3 of them. 2 of them that got missing. I just got him another one. And I have the receipt right here. But I got him one that was when we first got married. He got upset about something that I said, and he left out the house for about 3 days.
When I get upset about something I said.
Ask him if that is in fact the ring that she had. Can he confirm that? Go ahead. Tell me. Keep talking.
He left.
Yes, sir.
That's the ring.
That's the
He
ring?
left the house.
Thank
He
you.
left the house for about 3 days. I'm calling, I'm texting
So
him,
here's the
no
go.
response. I'm calling, I'm texting
My
him,
grandmother
no response.
passes away. I don't do funerals. I'm already like, what? You can stand in
No,
the lobby,
I
you can
said
stand
I
outside.
would go, but I wasn't going
She
to
said,
a funeral.
I don't go to funerals. So this is my grandmother passing away. Okay. So then we have.
And his family don't even like me. Why would I go?
I'll tell you why he got rid of it. Because you're not much of a wife. He
Mm.
got rid of it because he got no love, he got no care, he got no concern. You were distracted. When you gave him that ring, when you got married, that's his ring. He can do anything he wants with it. He can flush it down the toilet. He can dig a hole and put something in it. You have no rights to it. You know, Ms. Hawkins, you're selfish. You know, you had a wife, and then you just wanted to go do that thing with this brother over here, so you texted him about that thing. Then you got that brother because you got pregnant. He did the right thing. He married you, and you gave him nothing in return. Absolutely nothing. So you cannot get this money back. And if I were you, I would go somewhere, sit down in a corner, look deep down, solid in your heart, and deep down in your body, and try to find a heart. Because so far, I haven't seen one. There will be no recovery in